Since James Gunn is making a new DC Cinematic Universe, how would I like to see the DC Trinity done in this new universe? Well, we know that the big three are coming into this new universe. Well, first, let's start off with the big boy in blue. Not me. Well, we know he's going to have his own movie, and we know he's going to be more positive than, how they've shown in the past, since I think he said that it was based off of, All-Star Superman, which is very hopeful, but he's also the most powerful. So what I think we need for this Superman is for him to not look threatening. So you know what that means? That means he needs his famous trunks. Because he's not supposed to be someone you fear. He's supposed to be someone you trust. He's supposed to be like that best friend you have or wish you had. He will always be there for you. But the reason why I say that he needs the trunks too is because he needs to feel not threatening at all. But the other reason why I say he needs the trunks is because in a lot of iterations, his mom made that suit. And you think he's gonna change it just because it's not cool? That's the thing about Superman. He's not just supposed to be cool or badass. He's supposed to be friendly. He's a god with immense power, but you're supposed to feel safe around that man. And he'd rather you laugh at his outfit than be afraid of him. Also, I feel like the trunks with the yellow belt offset the rest of the blue in the suit, because he has the red symbol, the red cape, and the red boots, but I feel like there's nothing around that area but just blue if you go with the Man of Steel look. And I don't think that red belt ever really works on him either. The big thing is he's supposed to be friendly, and what I feel like Superman needs most of all is that he talks to you more. I get it. How are you going to have a Superman movie with no punching? Well, that's not the case. He can still have the fights and, everything, but I feel like a movie for Superman in this new universe should be more about him trying to help those, not by punching, by talking, or using his abilities for other ways. Another thing is to show the love of his parents, because they are what made him Clark Kent. Another thing is, I feel like Clark Kent should be the actual identity. I know it's always portrayed that, Superman is the real identity and Clark Kent is the disguise. But you know why that doesn't make sense to me? Because he grew up literally since he was a baby up to an adult as Clark Kent, and then he just got the identity of Superman later on. I know why he did that was because, he's an actual alien and wants to show what his alien side is. But I feel like being Superman and Clark Kent should be the same like a coin, where it's two sides of the same, coin. I feel like Clark Kent is his heart, his kindness, his sweetness, his, goofiness. That's Clark Kent. That's not a disguise. Now, Superman, I'm not saying it's a complete disguise. I just feel like that's where he can be the most Kryptonian, the most powerful, but still be kind to himself. This is gonna be a weird thing to say in a DC Trinity video, but think about it like Spider-Man. Spider-Man is Peter Parker and Spider-Man. They're two sides of the same coin, but one is, him, normal self, and the other is the powered version. That's who I feel like Superman should be portrayed as. They're both him, but one is the majority of him because he lived that way, and that's how I feel like he should be portrayed in this new universe. Because I feel like James Gunn he's good at incorporating very big concepts in these type of stories. Now it's Batman's turn. He's a different story because he has not been Bruce Wayne since he was 8 years old, since his parents died. Now, I'm not saying we need to show his origin. Again, we do not need to do that. For Batman, he has shown that way too often. Everyone knows. And since they're already making a movie about Bruce and Damian, this is an experienced Batman, and I feel like there should be more stuff that happened for him in the past, but we just didn't get a chance to see it because we know about Batman's origin, so we just kind of jump into him nowadays. But Bruce Wayne is the complete disguise because Bruce has not been Bruce since he was 8 and basically became Batman from then on to train, and then, Bat came in to become the Batman. I know it sounded a little confusing. And here's the thing. Just because, he's Batman, dark and gritty, all that stuff, you need to add some hope in there. And you need to give him some color, but not in the way you probably think. No, not just giving him blue or lighter gray. The way I'm thinking about it is giving him the yellow symbol around the bat. And you know why I think that's a great idea for this version of Batman? It's because Batman's tactical. He doesn't just do something for no reason. So you know how I would portray him needing the yellow? Is for the bad guys to go and shoot that specific area because it's bright and people are just naturally going to look in that specific area where it's most protected. Batman is extremely smart. And another thing we need to see, even though this is going to be, probably a dark Batman with some hopefulness, I do feel like he needs to be able to show that he's protecting people, not just fighting people. Because again, this is a more experienced Batman, but not to a point where he's bitter and, like that. No, he still has hope. And I feel like him helping people, like, him, like, moving someone out of the way, or him, like, giving someone, like, some money. Like, I know that's weird, but we've seen that in the comics. It would be nice to show those little moments, because that's what we care about the majority of the time. And I feel like this a little bit upbeat but still gritty Batman would go so well with, his son Damian. It'd be perfect. And maybe Batman could actually have, all his treasures, like the giant T-Rex, or the giant penny, or the giant cards. And James Gunn will be able to incorporate it so seamlessly, even if he's not making the movie itself. Okay, Wonder Woman is a little bit different, because in the Wonder Woman movie from the DC EU was perfectly done. Even though she was created in that universe in World War I, which is weird, which I know why they did it, because Captain America, World War II, even though she was also made in World War II, I don't know why they did it like that, but okay. I mean, I do, but still. I feel like it would be nice to see her in modern day, already done, not naive to the world anymore, but just being Wonder Woman. I don't think the suit needs to be changed from, like, the DCEU, because they made it perfectly where they gave her the kilt instead of just, like, the thong that she usually has. It's, like, a cooler thing, because it's more of an actual warrior outfit. I think we just need to figure out a way to incorporate her magical side, because I think that's what confuses more people, because I don't think her villains, besides Cheetah, is that recognizable. So maybe it'd be cool to incorporate all the Greek gods into this more in her story, and maybe show that, like, she is extremely compassionate, but she is also an extreme badass. She will kick your ass if she has to, and maybe murder you, because Wonder Woman actually does kill. Maybe they will explore that, because again, James Gunn is good at incorporating the gritty side of things, but with still having the colorfulness of, the comics. Maybe she can actually be put in World War II. Honestly, it doesn't really matter in my mind, but I feel like putting her in the actual time she was actually created, and that being when she, came to the rest of the world and all that stuff, would be, a little bit more, like, nice for the people who actually, like, know when she came out. So those are my thoughts on how James Gunn will be able to improve upon the DC Trinity in amazing ways. Because we've seen he's great with costumes and great at incorporating characters that don't really make sense. But these are three mainstays, and he has so much potential with this. Honestly, for me, I'm really excited for, like, the suits that these versions will have, because he's great at making it accurate to the comics while making it badass. Maybe Superman doesn't need to be badass, but still, I want to see what he does with that one. So what do you think? Would you like to see the DC Trinity done like this? Or do you have your own thoughts on how you would want this to be done? Please leave your comments down below. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can actually see when these videos come out, because I'm excited for what else is next. This is Dunamite. I'll see everyone in the next video.